Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to share this pair of shoes with you and do a review both of this beautiful split toe derby monk strap from Acme Shoemaker, as well as talk about why this is becoming one of my favorite patterns and styles of shoes to wear. Let's work our way from the bottom up. So this is a pair of made-to-order shoes from Acme Shoemaker. Acme Shoemaker can be found either on their web shop, which I'll link in the description here, as well as Medallion shoes out of China, which you probably can't see that logo, but that is their toe plate there. So we'll start from the bottom here. This is a single leather outsole. This is Acme Shoemaker's Oak Bark Tan leather outsole. This has a round bottom waist. It has a blind welded waist with a beveled edge, transitioning into kind of the classic bespoke detail of this step off or this notched heel transition that you see here. And then it rounds itself off with a very clean clipped hand heel stack that sits very beautifully under this sculpted heel. As we kind of transition over, we'll both kind of start with the leather and this last, which I think if you haven't noticed it, you're probably not actually watching the video, you're just listening, because this is a stunning last. So this is the F75 almond round toe last, and just the almond round toe last in general. I really love the elegance of the kind of pointed smart round toe with a little bit of a chisel step off right there to just give it a little more dimension. This is the second pair that I had from Acme, and it's the first one that I had a fit adjustment on. It was a very minor one, just on the vamp to snug up the fit of the single monk strap, and I'll touch on that towards the end when we kind of go over the final thoughts. Now the leather here is something of not controversy, but it's something that wouldn't be an obvious choice for me. So this is Horween leather. This is the dark cognac hatch embossed shell Cordovan. For me, hatch embossed or any embossed shell Cordovan is a bit of a novelty, so I was a little hesitant to choose it for such a kind of a classic, or what I was intending to be a classic shoe. It's really turned out well, and when looking at this shoe, the toe shape, the elegance of the single leather outsole with the blind waist, it's a very refined shoe, and this texture, the texture on the shell Cordovan, I think does a very good job to balance that all out. Now, as we continue to go around the shoe, let's look at the pattern itself. So I am a very big fan of monk straps, especially as of late. The ease of just kind of slipping them on, as well as still having the look of a standard shoe as opposed to a loafer that is a little lower cut. This still kind of comes up, has a standard height tongue, and still gives you that overall classic silhouette and look of a full lace-up shoe. So that's the one aspect here. The other aspect is obviously the pie crust apron and the split toe skin stitch on here. The split toe derby is one of my favorite patterns. It's one of my favorite style shoes to wear. It's just a very elegant look and take on a derby. And this obviously combines those two shoe patterns, those two styles into one. It's really hard to argue with that. As I mentioned earlier, this is the first pair that I had from Acme with a fit adjustment, and it was a very minor one just because of the nature of the single monk strap. It needs to be a little snug in the fit so that it locks in your foot. And we had a millimeter or two removed from the vamp just to kind of secure my foot and keep it from moving forward or backward. And that fit adjustment was done extremely well, as you can see from the wear here. It has a very balanced flex point where my foot is sitting. It's extremely comfortable, and it has been from the first time that I wore it. And you can just see that it really looks well suited for my foot. There's no odd bulges, excessive rolling or creasing, and you can see that my heel is fully secure. So overall, I really couldn't be more pleased with how this came out. There are probably a few things I would do differently if I were to order this again, mainly just some of the aesthetics around the sole, a thicker or a double outsole at this point, especially with a rubber topi or rubber half sole and heel. It just kind of takes the level of practicality and function up a notch, which, that's kind of what it's really all about for me at this point, is not just admiring the work and the beauty, but making it as functional as it is beautiful. Let me know if you have any questions, or let me know what your thoughts are on this style, as well as how Acme executed and balanced all these beautiful details. And I appreciate you guys watching. Definitely remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.